Okay, welcome back to this module on setting up your WordPress website. So you've logged in for the first time, it takes you straight to the dashboard, and this is what you're going to see. Now it seems like because I'm setting up this website with the SiteGround host, it has something that looks a little bit different to normal. So down here it actually seems to have a link to switch to the default dashboard. So I think I'm going to do that. Because we want to be able to make sure that everyone in the world, doesn't matter which host you have, can be familiar with this free course tutorial that I'm taking you through. Okay, so personal data and privacy, new tool. Okay, we're just going to dismiss that. So this is your dashboard. I am just going to dismiss this right here, and everything here you can kind of move it around, and you can also hide things that you don't need. Normally I'll go up to the screen options and we're going to just hide the WordPress news, and I'm going to hide this simplified dashboard thing. What is that? Okay, got rid of that. Activity, that just shows what's going on in your website, and that'll be fine for now. Okay, so the very first thing we want to do before we forget is set up our permalinks. Now the permalinks is the URL which you see up here, and it's the format that the pages are created with. So before I actually create the permalinks, I'm going to show you what happens when I create a page at the moment, how the permalink, or also known as the URL, how that looks. So let's say I create a page and I say DJ Hire Sunshine Coast, and then I publish this page. Okay, it looks like this has by default used the keyword or the title of the page as the URL, and that's actually what we want. So this must be a new thing. So it's done that correctly, but if that is not the case, what will happen is you'll see a URL that, it says something like, it's got some numbers and equals and 73, or it looks something like that, something weird. And you don't want that for your URL, because normally you're going to use this as an opportunity to put your keyword in there. So, each page that you create, we're going to, focus on a keyword, but we'll come back to that. So let's go to Settings, Permalinks, and we'll just check that here. So, okay, so it's got day and name as the permalink setting. We're going to go and switch it to post name. That's the one we want. And then we're going to click Save. And that's going to make sure, no matter what, that it also always creates a nice, neat looking URL. Okay, so we're going to go through each of the settings and just double check everything here. So general settings, obviously you can change the name of your site to your business name, tagline, what your business is about, or your catchphrase. This is the URL settings. Do not touch that, because it could probably will break your site, and then you'll have to contact customer support and fix it. So just leave that. This is the email address that you set up the website with. Obviously you want that to be your email, so when new users are created and any notifications, they make sure they come to you. Membership, we'll just leave that off for now. The default role for users, we're going to leave that as subscriber. Site language, well, because I'm building this website for an Australian business, I'm going to choose English, but with the Australian dialect. So I'll set that. Time zone, let me see, what is the time zone? Let me double check. Time zone for Sunshine Coast. What is the time zone? GM10 apparently. Do we have that here? Oh, it looks like I might be able to actually choose a city, so let's do that. Australia, Brisbane, that's the nearest major city, so I'm going to select that. Select the time format that suits you most. I think that looks pretty good. I might make that a capital AM and save changes. Okay, next thing, let's go over to writing. We'll check everything here. Now, by default, now, as I was saying before, when we set up the website, I choose to use the classic editor, which is the way that WordPress has been since the beginning of time. But there is a new block editor which is supposed to make things easier, but personally I'm not a big fan of that, so we're going to stick with the classic editor. Allow users to switch editors. I'm going to say no for now, because that's something up to you. If you create different users, you may have someone who their job is to create blogs for your website, and you don't want to give them complete admin access, so you may create them as an editor role in the website and give them the option to change the editor, but we're just going to keep that as a no. And we don't need to change anything here. Just click yes or save changes. Okay, we'll go and check out reading. Now, here we have your homepage displays your latest posts. We actually want to change the homepage to the homepage, and we want the posts to be set to blog, but we haven't created these pages yet. So what I'm going to do is go over to pages. I'm going to create a new page, so I'm just going to right click, open that in a new tab, and I'm going to do that again. And then I'm going to create one called home, publish that, and I'm going to create another one called blog, publish that. So that's published. I'm going to refresh, and then I will be able to set the home page and the posts page. Posts is the blog pages basically. So now if I select this, I got home page here and blog right there. This is when it's showing your blog and it's showing multiple blog articles. We're going to say that we just want to show a summary of the text and not the whole blog basically. And while you're building your website, it's actually pretty important that you leave this checked. You want to discourage Google from searching your website while you're still building the website, because while you're still building the website, you're going to have unfinished content and half-built pages. So we don't want Google checking your website yet. We're going to keep this one ticked. We're going to check it. Originally it's not checked. We're going to check it. Click save. Okay, so that's done. Next one, discussion. Now discussion, I think this has everything to do with your blog. Down the bottom of the blog, it'll say leave a comment, and then people can, comment on one of your blogs and create a discussion. A bit like on Facebook, like on a Facebook post. Normally I turn the sort of discussion and commenting off, because quite often you'll get spammy people that come and try and put their own website link and they don't use the comment section for what they're meant to be used. But it really depends on your website, what it's all about, what your blog's about. But even if you do have the comments enabled, you will want to moderate your comments. But let's just check some of these questions here. Comment author must fill out name. User must be registered and logged in to comment. Well, let's tick that at least. Anyone posts a comment. So email me whenever someone posts a comment. Okay, not much more settings here. We'll come back to that, whether we want to disable the actual comments or not. Let's go to media, check it out. Okay, we're going to leave this stuff. Permalinks, we already went over the permalinks together, and we chose post name. That's what you want. And privacy. Now, all websites these days should have a privacy policy. It's a requirement by Google. But what's happened in the latest WordPress is they've made this sort of tool to just automatically create a privacy page for you. So let's just check. So it seems to have already drafted a page up for us. As a website owner, you need to follow national and international privacy laws. The privacy policy is basically talking about, when people register to your website, or if you've got a member login area, or you've got an area where people are paying for things and they're giving you their private information, the privacy policy sort of is there for them people to read and know how you're looking after their private information. So I'm just going to click use this page. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm not sure what's happened here. I'm going to go to the pages, see if that privacy policy page exists. Okay, it is here. Edit. Okay, it looks like it's already filled in all the information. So this is really useful. It saves everyone a lot of time, and it's very basic. Obviously, if you want, and when you have the time, you might want to go over this and put more specific information related to your business and how you treat people's privacy information. But I'm just going to click publish to make this page public. I'll come back to the privacy settings. Let's refresh the page and see. Okay, so the draft is gone. And so that's all the WordPress settings there. We've gone through each thing. Let's go and have a look at the home page and see how the website looks now. Okay, it looks pretty similar to before, but you can see now we've got our privacy policy down here. People click that, they can go and read your privacy policy. Now you're probably thinking the site looks really ugly at the moment. So in the next module, what we're going to be looking at is WordPress themes. And this is where it gets a bit more exciting, because you can choose a whole look and theme and save hours and hours of time, and just literally with a few clicks we can have a website pretty much done for you. And then you're just going to add the information about your business, or if you're a club DJ, about you as a DJ. So that's what we're going to do in the next module, and we're also going to look a little bit at the plugins and what they can do for your website as well. So hope you enjoyed this module. I'll see you in the next one.